Good evening. My name is Kayaetta Cooks. I'll be your presenter for tonight, and welcome to Akana's Know Your Blood Type. Now, Akana means in the hands of God, and I am a certified wellness coach with Akana. And tonight, we're going to talk about some information that I did not know, and I know it's not a big talk in our community. And so it's an honor to share with you tonight just what changed my life. When we talk about in lives, we can't help but to identify the health crises that we're ignoring in our community. Health crises such as heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life. And when we think about heart disease, heart disease is the number one leading cause of death, with cancer falling short behind heart disease. And then diabetes, we're seeing more and more of our younger generations that are coming in and dealing with diabetes at such an early age. And then when you think about another health crisis like a shortened life, you have to consider lifestyles, right? You have to consider things like a violent life or a violent environment, or things like alcohol consumption or smoking. Those type of things will lead to a shortened life. And so one of the things that we identified that common denominator is food. So the problem in the US is what our CEO, Melissa Boston, has coined as chewicide. We are digging our graves with our fork. And when we think about that, you have to look on the left-hand side and see a picture of our original diet, where our food came from the ground without all types of pesticides and things that are sprayed on our food, or they're genetically modified, right? That wasn't our original diet. But here we are nowadays in our new diet, trying to keep up with the demand in the United States, where we are overcoming food. You find that we're being met with food that's filled with all kind of toxins and uh, um, trans fat and those type of things. So when we look at diet, one of the things that we must identify is that cardiovascular disease being the number one killer, not just the number one killer, but a silent killer, killer. In fact, let me hide this so it doesn't bother you. In fact, in 2020, nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease. About 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent, and the damage is done, but the person is not aware of it. Story, I got a call the other day from a friend who told me that a mutual friend had passed away at 40. This friend has young children, and this friend lived a life of that shortened life syndrome that I talked about earlier, where they were drinking and smoking and what happened, and they were eating all kinds of food. I had the same conversation with him that I'm having with you all tonight. And unfortunately, my friend did not take action. So I hope that who's ever on this call, if this is your first time or second time, sometimes we have to hear things second or the third time, but I hope that what you're hearing and identify with yourself or with you know and take action. Because guess what? He wasn't aware that he was going to have a heart attack when he woke up that day. He wasn't aware that he was going to be around. But guess what? The damage is done. There's no more conversation to be had. And now it's the family that's left to grieve. So this silent killer is certainly a killer that's in our community running rampant. And when we talk about heart attacks, and when we talk about strokes, you have to know that that is due to blocked arteries. And here's an alarming fact that an alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds are showing as much as 40% of blocked arteries. And do you know the significance of age 45 for African Americans? It's heart disease. It's it's the fact that we are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. It's called dangerous levels of atherosclerosis. So when you look on the left-hand side, just so that you can get a visual, that is the optimal artery. You see that it's clear, the walls are thin. You see that the inner circle, the inner wall, the endothelium is thin. You know what that means? That means that the artery is able to retract and expand in a normal capacity. It also means that the blood is flowing through that artery like it should, being able to pump in and out of your heart like it should. But over time, when you have these different unhealthy lifestyles, like eating against your blood type, or eating food that clogs your arteries, or doing things like over consuming alcohol or smoking, what happens is optimal health becomes border health, and the plaque begins to build up. The walls begin to thicken, and optimal becomes borderline, borderline becomes high, and then high becomes dangerous. Well, now your artery is completely blocked. And we're talking about by the time you're 45 in our community. Do you agree that that's a real serious problem? In fact, our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. And through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. Now, we talked about the crises, which is heart disease, diabetes. All right. What's the other one? Heart disease, diabetes. What's the other one? Help me out. And a shortened life. Let's talk about 5 key reasons why these problems impact our communities. Number 1, we believe that it's the lack of understanding blood types. And because of that, Akana is committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. So if you're on this call tonight, and I know we have some note takers, but I see 14 participants on the call tonight so far. I want you to make a commitment. And if you've already made one, I want you to renew your commitment that you're going to join in on the movement with us to help reach 1 million families learn their blood types. And I'll tell you why. There are 4 blood types, A, B, O, and AB. And I want you to know that your blood type, whether it's A, B, O, or AB like myself, it is a powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA. And when we talk about blood types, I want you to know that a blood type A is considered to be agrarian. They are nature's vegetarians, thriving on farming and cooperative living with inventive, adaptable, and community-focused traits. If you're a blood type B, you are balanced. To go even a little bit further back, considered barbaric, however, adapted to the harsh climates and diverse populations. And now your blood seeks harmony. See, you're harmonizing the mind's tensions with the immune system's demand. So your body is working together with your blood. And if you're an old blood, you are the old blood, the oldest blood type, the most ancient blood type, which evolved as hunters and gatherers with strong survival instincts and a fierce immune system. So if you didn't know you were old, right? You're going to learn something about yourself, right, tonight. And then ABs, if you're like me, we're the most modern blood type, the rarest blood type, emerging from the union of type A and type B. So we embody complexity and adaptability. I like to say that we're the absolute balance. So if you're an AB on the line tonight, go ahead and place that in the chat. So now that we got that out the way, let's talk about why your blood type is so important. I want you to understand that to unlocking your blood type is knowing that it's a nutritional blueprint. See, your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat, and if those foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, and or weight gain. Take a pause. If you're dealing with any of those three, inflammation, digestive problems, or weight gain, you want to look at your blood type. And if you don't know your blood type, I know that you're on this call because someone invited you. So you want to get back to the person that invited you and let them know, I need to know my blood type because I could be possibly dealing with those things because I'm eating against my blood type. So now let's look a little closer. Okay, blood type, AB, and O, right? Did you know that our immune system is designed to protect us from lectins? Now, lectins are in our food. So when we eat our food, 95% of those lectins are sloughed off by the body. That's how we're designed. But unfortunately, 5% of those lectins have found their way filtered into our bloodstream where they react with our, not only just react, but destroy our red blood cells and our white blood cells. So I want you to take a picture of this slide because this is it's not inclusive, right? It's definitely not a total list, but this is just a snapshot of foods to avoid if you know that you're A, B, O, or AB. Now for A, you might be looking at those tomatoes and bananas like, what? Yep. Tomatoes, bananas, red meat. And I believe those are lamb chops, maybe pork chops. I'm not sure. But red meat, potatoes, and shrimp. They're like poison to you. I want you to remember that one person's food is another person's poison. So this sample list is foods considered toxic for the various blood types. And I am so thankful that Dr. Peter J. Diamo tapped into the research that had been around for centuries and decided to come out with a book called Four Blood Types, Four Diets, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. So you have B's, where chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, and crustaceans are like poison to you. O's is going to be catfish, avocado, oranges. Yep, you see it. Oranges, white wine, and cashews are poison, toxic to your blood type. And if you're an AB, you have to balance between the A and the B diet, right? And so chicken bananas, black beans, avocado, and shrimp, they're like poison. And would you believe that every last one of those items on the AB list, I absolutely love and ate at least 3 to 5 times a week? You got to know that I was killing myself slowly, right? So why learn your blood type? Because the power is in your hands. Your power to do what? Break the generational cycle of disease and illness. Because I want you to understand that if they give you the wrong blood, it could kill you. And if that is a fact, then think about it. If you eat the wrong food, couldn't it be slowly killing you too? And if that is true, why are we just now learning that food impacts our blood cells based on our blood type? I'll tell you why. Because if it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. In fact, we're talking about big business equals profits over people. Because you see cigarettes, highly promoted, highly profitable, but in small print for the surgeon's warning, right, could cause cancer. But yet they edify it and beautify it, right? It's addictive. Why isn't it taken off the market? Profits over people. Trans fat. Oh, the food tastes so good. You drive right on up and order your meal, right? Or you go into your favorite restaurant. The chicken smells it tastes so good, looks so good, so much better than the chicken you cook at home. Why is that? Because of trans fat. And why is that profitable? Because it has a shelf life that's ridiculous, right? They can keep it on the shelves for years and then use it and use it for you, right? And slowly kill you. What about 5G cell phones, right? Readily available, quick and fast. But they don't tell you about how it's causing all this cancer to the body, the radiation that comes from the cell phones. And then GMOs, genetically modified organisms, right? We can't even find fruit with seeds in it. Crazy, right? And milk does the body good, pass it on. But do they talk about how it passes on mucus and infections and all kind of diseases that slowly kills you and clogs your arteries?
You're muted.
Can you all hear me?
We couldn't for a minute.
Okay, I think I got kicked out of my computer got kicked out on the for some reason. Let's see. And can someone tell me what was the last thing you heard me say?
I just heard when you was talking about mucus. That's the last thing I heard.
Okay. Okay. Please forgive me. There's some technical difficulties that Zoom is having an unknown error. Let me try to hop back in. If I'm unable to hop back in, then I'll switch over to my cell phone device that's working. So Just give me seconds. While we're waiting to jump back on, is there anyone on the line? We can go ahead and have a testimony about anyone who's been introduced to Akana who it has definitely changed their life. Is there anyone that would like to share while I work through these technical difficulties?
I'll share Kayaetta.
Thank you.
Um, Look, and I'm out and about, so I'm not going to show my camera. But yes, it has changed my life. I'm not on any medication anymore. I was on blood pressure medicine over 22 years. I had gout real bad, and I don't have any of that now. When I did the bioscan, I was headed toward heart disease. So I changed all that around. I changed my diet, my lifestyle, and our products. This I'm a product of the product. The hair products, the skin products. I use all of them. But they got me off of blood pressure medication, and this detox is keeping me in balance.
Wow.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you, Carlotta. And I just put in the chat, you are looking really good. It kind of looks good on you in that detox. I see it. You look really good.
Thank you so much. I feel great. And it's such an honor to be
You're
here
welcome.
sharing with you all again. Thank you so much, Cherie. That's one of she it definitely is a product of the product, and she looks amazing. Uh,
Thank you.
all right, all right. I think we're back up. Can you all see? You see the screen? Okay, I think we're
Yes.
good. Think we're good.
Mm,
Anthony
yeah.
has his hands up. Did you have a question, Anthony?
No, a question, a rhetorical question. I was just gonna say, day 21 of a 21-day cleanse. We took 4 people through. They're not here, but tomorrow morning they're gonna be here so they can reweigh and give their testimony. So we'll capture that on this social media thing so it can go out and everything. But they have some amazing testimonies, and so do I. I mean, it's just great. I mean, after 21 days of doing what Dr. Eric Prince, the program that he developed, a 21-day flat belly age reversal lifestyle cleanse. It's wonderful. It's what Daniel did. So I believe in Daniel now. He did the right thing. He wasn't eating from the king's table,
That's
and he looked
right.
different. I look different today. I feel different. And thanks for the opportunity. And you're doing a wonderful job on the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing that. And thank you for leading from the front and getting people to take charge and ownership of their health because we can. And Cherie, you're right. I saw an old picture of myself. I couldn't even believe I was that big. And I said, "Oh my goodness." And it just set me on fire even more to make sure that I'm on the front line helping our people. So when we're talking about helping
Yeah.
our people, we we have to look at the life expectancy, right? So the life expectancy in Japan is the 85 years. Right now, they actually enjoy the most centennials out of the whole entire world, right? But then when you come over to the United States, at a very disappointing, disgusting 50th. We come in 50th place, where the average American is at 76 years life expectancy. But then when we come home and come closer, right, we see that in our very own community, African American community, it's 71.8 years old. Now, I don't know about you, but wouldn't you want to pass along generational health? Now, at 50, I'm the matriarch of my family. My mother and my father passed away. My mother passed away of congestive heart failure, and my father passed away of cancer. So I have a purpose in this thing, right? I have a My purpose is to let people know following the diet does these things. And I'm just going to mute a couple of people. If you all could please make sure your phone's on mute so we can have a clean recording. All right, so anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practices. I'm surprised that so many people say, well, they say that there's not that much research on it. Guess what? The research is the people. One of my business partners, Kenneth Elam, when I first seen him, and he has an amazing testimony, so he'll jump on at the end for a testimony. When I first seen him, I was praying like, I hope they have something for him. Guess what? I don't need to do a Google research or read any report because I'm looking at Kenneth Elam and I see healthier, moving around, no type of cords, or no, it's so we are the testimony, we are the research, and you can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. And we want you to know that you can achieve your ideal weight, slow the aging process, and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. See, before I came to Akana, I was fastly approaching 300 pounds. I was dealing with all kind of unexplainable weight gain and getting sick and not diabetes, but high blood pressure, right? And then I found out my blood type, found out that I was an AB, the most rarest and most sensitive blood type there is, and I was eating myself to death, right? By eating the wrong things. I cleansed. I did a 7-day cleanse. I started off with a 7-day cleanse, and then I continued with a 21. I continued to detox my body and got down to, now I'm not at my ideal weight, but I'm not anywhere near. I went from 265 to 228 over a period of time, and I'm still going. So yes, you can, right? And that's simply by knowing your blood type and taking action. That's number one. Number two, dangerous levels of oxidation. Well, again, we're talking about reasons for these health crises. So researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older. So if you look at the banana, now we know that that banana was either a beautiful green or a beautiful yellow when they picked this bunch of bananas off of the shelf. But over time, oxidation comes in. But we're feeding this in our body. Does oxidation stop? No, it doesn't. Right? And it becomes just as rusty as those screws on the right-hand side. Well, what do we do about that? We want to make sure that we have antioxidants in our diet. See, fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. So some phytonutrients have shown to disable cancer-causing substances as well. So let's not be reactive. Let's be proactive before the diagnosis, right? What if we can stop or prevent heart attack, cancer, diabetes? What if we can prevent it, right? Well, we can. It's not a what if, it's when, right? So let's talk about the third reason, which is going to be omega-3 deficiencies. See, the lack of omega-3s causes this cardiovascular health. It affects that, right? So when it affects that, it increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure, cognitive decline, which then increase the risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia. If you're saying, well, why do I feel like this? Or why am I going through this anxiety? I'm dealing with depression. You could be missing out on some omega-3s that your body needs. Alzheimer and dementia. What about chronic inflammation, which accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease? Lack of omega-3s. What about metabolic, which contributes to weight gain, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. Also contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Yes, you can have a fatty liver disease and have not ever drank a drink in your entire life. And that does it leads and progresses to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer. Then there's immune function. A lack of immune function, weak immune function with body, making the body more susceptible to infections, and bone health, which increases the risk of osteoporosis, leading to fractures and a higher risk of complications, especially in adults. Now, I know for a fact that I hear a lot of the older adults say, well, that just comes with getting older. I'm here to tell you that it could possibly be the lack of omega-3. So we got to make sure that's in our diet. The fourth reason that's causing those health crises is going to be an unhealthy gut. I went outside for yesterday and I just started observing. Now that I know, right? Now that I have different eyes on and a different heart and different ears, I'm looking, seeing, and feeling different about my people. And so I'm looking at the guts and automatically I'm thinking, unhealthy gut, right? 70% of our immune system is in our gut. Our gut is called the microbiome. So when we have an unhealthy gut, we're talking about gut issues that arise when our diets, and which includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics, causes these following things. Number one, digestive issues. Two, weakened immune system. Malabsorption. I'm taking my supplements, but they're not getting in my body. Unhealthy gut. You need to detox. We got to clean these pipes out. Nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight gain, hormonal imbalances, ladies, right? Autoimmune conditions. Most of that starts with an improper diet and a lack of fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics, an unhealthy gut. And then the fifth reason, parasite invasion. Now, this slide just disgusts me every time I have to go over it. But because we love you, we got to go over it. So let's talk about it. Chronic infections and inflammation, which leads to heart disease, diabetes, chronic fatigue, autoimmune disorders. Did you know that parasites are present in autopsies? Why? Because parasites are invading our organs, our brains, our lungs, and our liver. And when it does that, we're talking about now the effects and the invasion of our mental health. See, parasites in the brain causes depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. When we go to the doctor, they want to put us on medication. You may just need to get rid of those parasites. You may need to detox. Now, my mom always told me that when you present a problem, you best to be presenting a solution. And so Akana has presented some solutions for us. And one of the, it's under the campaign, 5 Steps to Generational Health. So we're going to talk about these 5 steps. But before we talk about these 5 steps, I have to give a disclaimer. So our products is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, Please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements, and individual results may vary. What I do want to also share with you is that we have an amazing medical advisory board, and we also have amazing products that are pure and all natural. And we have amazing testimonies that tell you the results. So let's get into the number one solution. Do you know your blood type? So your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. Solution number two is going to be learn what's best for you. Food that heals one can harm another. So when we're talking about your blood type, we need to be talking about your food. And when we're talking about your food, we need to be talking about what's your health goals. Where do you want to go with this? And most people will say, I want to create a legacy of great health. And so it's not good enough to just know your blood type or know what food works best for you. You also got to clean out your body because you've been eating against your blood type probably your whole entire life. So that third solution is going to be to purchase the option that works best. And that's going to be based on your personal goals. So here's option number one for you, the support kit. Now, this kit includes herbal nutrition, and optional testing for all blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of your colon and blood. So with the blood kit number one, it comes with a blood type test, bitters, which is the T, detox meal plan, a sample meal replacement shake called the Fuel, all right, individual digital blood type download, and it's only for $59.95. You get all of that. Now, if you already know your blood type, then you may want to consider blood kit option number two, which will save you bucks. And that's $49.95. But for $10, you can bless someone else in your family who does not know their blood type, right? And then you can make a decision together to have better health. But of course, it's always your choice. So let's get into the packages. We want you to know that the first you want to detoxify your blood cells. So with the flat belly bitters, which is like the entry level to detoxing, that's going to help you do that. It's a powerful tool for a quick 4-day detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. So here's how it works. It's going to boost digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid, which they are all essential. Then it's going to regulate your appetite and reduce those cravings for unhealthy foods, right? Most people want to do better, right? But it's hard to do better when you have those cravings. Those bitters are going to help you out with that. Then it's going to support liver detoxification by filtering out those toxins from the blood. And then it's going to eliminate your fat soluble toxins through the digestive system. We got to get it out, right? And then it's going to alkalize the body and reduce inflammation. And last but not least, you're going to overall improve your microbiome, which is your gut, by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. Now, with that being said, you're also going to have the option of a comprehensive health test. Now, when I took my test, I was red all over. Red is crisis stage. So all those symptoms that I was feeling and trying to medicate myself at home, I was this close to a stroke, this close to a heart attack. But thank God for Akana, which means Akana means in the hands of God. So this test will identify your omega-3 panels, do a gut check for you. Where are you? It's vitamins and minerals. What are you lacking? And then your heart, your liver, and kidneys, and even your brain. Even your brain. And so this is like a health GPS. You know, when you want to go somewhere, you got to first identify where you are and then where you're going. Well, this comprehensive health test is going to lay it all out for you and help you put a plan together. Now, this says, in my opinion, there's no value on this, but it is $1,000 value when it comes to money. And we have a special for $189 if you want to get this test alone without any products. We will definitely help you with that. However, we do want to be that solution for you. So when you enroll in one of our auto ships, you can add the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade. Now, I also talked about you're going to get a sample of flat belly fuel with your first package. Now, it targets 5 key problems. And I want to say that this is a proprietary, which means that Akana created this product and it can't be found anywhere. No product like this. We are the world's first that supports all blood types, and it has antioxidant protection, omega fatty acids loaded with them, right? Gut health, prebiotics, probiotics, and fiber. And it even eliminates those nasty, ugly parasites. You're going to get a sample pack of that for 4 days. Now, if you're dealing with some health issues, or you say, hey, you know what? I want to live my optimum health, right? I want to go a little further than that. Then we have where you can personalize your blood type cleanse through our 7-day refresh. Now, this nutrient packed program helps cleanse your digestive system. Not only that, it boosts energy and sheds up to 10 pounds, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. Now, I'm going to tell you, I would add a plus after that 10 because I lost 13 pounds. If you've done the 7-day, place in the chat how many pounds you've lost. Now, I want to say this too, not pounds of weight, but pounds of waste. Things that have been clogged up in your colon, clogged up in your gut that needs to come out. Oh my goodness. And in this package, you have the purifier, which is a liquid colonic plus a total body cleanse. Then you have the eliminator, which removes the parasites and reduces mucus. And then the regenerator, it restores the body with superfoods, fiber probiotics, and prebiotics. And then you get an amazing QR code that you can scan and download your personalized blood type, 21-day regimen, or use the new plan included in the kit. And if you see on the right-hand side, proof is in the pudding. This woman, a 7-day cleanse, and you see her on day 1. You see the remarkable results on day 7, right? As the kids say. And that kit is for $119 only. The best $19 that you'll ever spend, right? And so you may say, you know what? I want a total body reset. Then you can get our day reset. This program helps detoxify your body, restores your balance, and promotes significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds while building a foundation for lasting health. Now, this has everything that's included in the 7-day, but it will take you to 21 days. So we see Billy drop 30 pounds of waste in 21 days, where he was pregnant with looks like 2-3 babies, and now he actually has some abs going on, right? He has a hot man summer, right? Now, I want you to know that it's priced out at $279. But before the month is out, if you purchase your products, every option that we have on the table is on sale. So if you have not purchased our products and you're a first-time customer, you can go ahead and take advantage of 25% off because it's 15% off of the entire website. And if you're a new customer, you get an additional 10%. Now, for everyone that has already placed an order, guess what? You still get that 15% off. So go ahead. If you've done a 7 or 21 day, do it again. Do it again. Live your best life, right? Because Ernestine Davis at 64 says this: ageless health starts with your blood type. See, she understood that switching to foods tailored to her blood type helped her lose belly fat, improve her digestion, and achieve fourth place in a bikini contest at 63 years old. And she wasn't competing against other 63-year-olds. She was competing against 20 and 30-year-olds. And as you see on the left-hand side, so was our other two beautiful sisters, Karen and Yakima, right? And they were using the flat belly fuel and our detox. So the proof is in the pudding. And here's some other proofs in the pudding, right? We got Tanisha with 15 pounds down in 21 days. So you want to personalize your wellness plan for your blood type and get that bio scan. Here's another young lady, right? Yeah, enough said, right? Here are more, and they are, listen, the proof was so much in the pudding. These are actual econopreneurs now. They have joined the crusade, and not only did they do it for themselves, but they turned around and they're helping others. And Yvette, she took it even a step further. She went 100 days, and as a result, was able to put a book in place called My Guide to Your 100-Day Journey to a Better Health. So we are definitely changing lives. And in fact, it's, guess what? Testimonial time. Now, Brother Anthony and Sister blessed us with their testimony. I give Kenneth Elam just 1 or 2 minutes if you could share your testimony, and then we'll get ready to close out with our final slides. Are you available, Ken?
I'm here, Casey. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can. Would you please share how Akana has blessed you in your health journey?
Absolutely. For the past 15 years, I've been living as a type 2 diabetic. Um, my A1C at one point was as high as a 16.8. Um, and my sugar level at one point was as high as a 685 when I first got diagnosed. So over the years, doctors have been trying to figure out how to manage my sugar levels and get me maintained. I'm a person that's never been overweight. I've always been very athletic. I used to run track, cross country. I used to do gymnastics. I also used to teach dance to little boys age 2 to 12. I was trained in the Navy for a while, but my work lifestyle, working in public transportation, I was always on the go. So, of course, those quick, fast meals, fast foods, and so forth, uh, caught up with me in the long run. Drinking 1 to 2 liters of pop every day, eating Polishes and hamburgers and things of that nature. But in March of 2023, it really got serious because I was diagnosed with stage 3B kidney failure. If anyone's aware of kidney failure, there's only 5 stages. Once you get to 30% or below in kidney functions, the doctors tell you you're going to be on dialysis for the rest of your life. I got diagnosed at 32%. I was also diagnosed with neuropathy of the feet and the legs. So I was struggling with walking, and I couldn't dance and move like I used to. So in May of 2024, I got introduced to Akana. I started my first 7-day cleanse in June of 2024. After that first cleanse, went back to the doctor. I saw my numbers started to trend in a positive direction. The doctor took me off metformin and continued to work through the process. Uh, I committed myself to doing a 7-day cleanse every month, once a month, up until the present. I'm currently in a 7-day cleanse right now. But fast forward to today, my A1C when it first started in May of last year was a 14.7. Currently, it's a 8.3 and dropping. My glucose level has been the lowest it's ever been in 15 years. Like I said, at a high point, it was 685. It's now down to a 71. My neuropathy has totally healed. So I am a product of the product. My kidney function rose from 32% to now 50% and rising. So just like Cherie said, I'm a product of the product. I believe in it. It works. I'm a blood type A, so my whole diet changed over the years. So I'm just amazed at it.
Wow. Thank you for sharing it. And Ken, you have a daughter and a son, right?
Yes, one
And
daughter, two sons.
two sons and a beautiful wife. And I know that we thank you, and I know that they thank you for making a decision to do something about your condition, and therefore you get to spend more time with your family. Thank you so much for your testimony. So if you or anyone that you know are dealing with anything that you've heard so far, we want to definitely encourage you to get back to the person that invited you, because not only do we want to help you know your blood type, get a meal plan together, help you choose a plan, choose what package you're going to start with. We also want to help you do the fourth solution, which is transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. And we want to walk alongside of you. We want to put you in the environment where all of us are just focused on living our best life, right? And if you do that, most likely you'll reach your goals. And then the fifth thing we want you to do is break the cycle of generational illness. See, it starts with us. If we turn around and we share the gift of health, what happens is we inspire others to create their own generational health just by seeing your success story. So support your family's unique health journey and make that decision. Now, I want to talk about some other products that we have, um, and which is CBD products. And we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well-being. And we understand that cannabis has gotten a bad rep. So we want to bring some facts to the table. And we want to talk about the endocannabinoid system, called ECS. So cannabis is a holistic solution. It can be looked at as a holistic solution. Unlike pharmaceuticals that often target single symptoms, cannabinoids interact with the ECS to provide systemic benefits, offering a more natural approach to health and wellness. Simply put, it brings the body back into balance. So when we look at a cannabis and the blood type diet together, we understand that cannabis reduces inflammation, helps manage stress, and improve digestion. So when you're looking at the A's that suffer with lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease, or B's that are subject to susceptibility to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders, or O's that have the higher risk of inflammatory conditions, arthritis, and over acidity, or the ABs like me that are sensitive, digestive, and immune stressors, we got to understand that by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced and harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predisposition. So it's going to plan customizable just what is it that you need. And when we talk about CBD, we want you to understand that CBD is just this. It's a compound that naturally occurs in the industrial hemp. Out of the more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to Delta 9 THC. And unlike THC, CBD is non psychotropic. And THCA, which is another product that we have, it's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. Out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is non-psychoactive. It's a non-psych precursor to THC. Now, it's found in, but when heated through smoking, vaping, or cooking, THCA converts into THC, and then you get the psychoactive compound. So, simply put, you can enjoy the benefits of the cannabis plant without the high. So, another product that we have is called the Diamond Star Full Spectrum Hemp Flower. And this is good to put, it's a plant-based diet, and you can use this with your juicing and cannabis leaves or flowers. So if you're dealing with arthritis, autoimmune disorder, anti-inflammatory issues, neuroprotective issues, multiple sclerosis issues, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, or cancer, and you need something a little bit stronger, you may want to look at our THCA products. Or maybe you need something a little bit more elevated than that. We have the RSO, which is simply the Rick Simpson oil concentrate. And now this product is a cannabis extract formulated by a Canadian medical marijuana activist using the whole entire plant, cannabis plant, for maximum cannabinoids. So it includes the THCA, CBD, and terpenes. And Akana follows this standard formula to deliver exceptional results. So if you have severe pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, stimulant appetite, you need help with stimulating your appetite, neurological issues, or antioxidants, you may need the RSO added to your diet. I don't know. We got to start with the conversation. So get back to the person that invited you. Now, if you're like, hey, I want to lose some weight, right? A little bit more than the cleanse, then we can add the hemp Govi to your plan. See, it's packed with powerful plant-based ingredients, works synergistically to target key areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. So it's going to burn your fat naturally. So if you're taking those shots, get rid of them. If you're paying $100 and something for those shots and taking all kind of things that cause side effects, we got the natural solution for you. Boost metabolism, curb your appetite, support digestive health, and promote overall balance. We got it for you, and it's called Hemp Govi. Now, we also have 70 plus products, which, of course, we don't have time to talk about all of the products, but we have amazing coffee for you coffee lovers. Our essential oils are the purest on the market. We have, if you got pain, we got cream for you, right? We got pain cream that will relieve your pain in an instant. It's absolutely amazing. Are you losing hair? Is it thinning out? Well, guess what? We got hemp-powered hair products. We have a whole system that will help bring back that hair and make it full and beautiful just for you. Then we have culinary products that will make your food delicious. So, wrap up. Option number one, with the blood type kit. Option number 2, without the blood type kit. You have till this weekend, the end of the month, to go ahead and take advantage of that 25% off if you're a new customer, 15% off if you're a repeated customer. Go ahead and take advantage of those savings for your better health. We want to make sure that we get your personalized wellness plan in place. And then the third option we want to talk about is become a wellness influencer or a certified coach like myself. See, it wasn't just enough for me to get the information for myself. I knew that I was going to share this information. I knew once the pounds dropped and I started looking like, more fabulous, I knew that I was going to have people me, what are you doing? Right? So I always position myself to create additional streams of incomes if it's something that I do that's natural. So you have an opportunity to transform your health and earn income. So gain access to all the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through your personal website. Yep, I said it. You get your own website, right? And take advantage of those sales. See, what we understand as an influencer, right? It has become the norm for people who are creating generational wealth. See, Stormy Steele, the first TikTok streamer, and must I say, also African American, to sell over $1 million in one session of beauty products, and then Lee 1.7 billion in sales in 12 hours streaming in China of lipstick. What would it look like if we stepped up and said, hey, I am going to be an influencer for my community, and I'm going to be an influencer on platforms where beauty products sell millions of dollars? What would it be like if we was that person to step up and say, I'm going to promote optimal health and create blue zones? Because here's what we know. Being an influencer is a game changer, not just for yourself, not just for your community, but for the world itself. See, influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, drive massive sales, and create personal connections with audiences. Those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital economy. And the influencer economy isn't just a trend, it's the future of marketing. So the time is now. The influencer business is booming, and viral trends like, oh, TikTok made me buy it, have reshaped consumer behavior, driving millions in product sales. And the influencer market is currently at $33 billion globally, projected to 107 to 190 billion by 2030. How much of that is going to be coming back into our community? Better yet, how much of that are you going to make sure comes back into your family generation? Well, we'll tell you how you can ensure that. You can come aboard with us on our lowest level, which is the Wellness Influencer Pack, and it's at $3.99. Go ahead and take a picture of it because it comes with tons and tons of benefits valued well over $1,000. But you'll get a 21-day reset, flat belly bitters, flat belly fuel cream, a flat belly fuel sample, extreme pain cream, your own website, social media 101, so you'll know how to be an influencer, right? A Kana certification where you can be certified to learn how to share these products with other people, and also get paid as a pearl for 3 months. So this is exciting. It's going to put you in a position to leave a lasting legacy and impact your own community and beyond. And then if you say, hey, you know what, I actually want to be a certified wellness coach, where you're in position to help even more, you can take advantage of the $14.99 pack that is loaded over $3,000 worth of value. You got to take a snapshot there. because I don't have time to really go through everything. But you get 3 7-day raw cleanses, 1 21-day raw. I mean, you make your money back just with the products, but it positions you to be more of an influencer for yourself, your family, and your community. Now, our goal is to empower over 1 million families to improve their health and wealth. So we want to create blue zones. There are 6 areas where people eat far less animal meat and live longer than average. And I'm sorry to say that none of them is in our community. But Akana is committed to creating that blue zone. Will you help us? Will you help us reach 1.5% of the people in the United States to know their blood type and eat right for their blood type? If you do, that'll be 5 million people. And if 80% of the people reject you, we still impact 1 million people. And at $50, that if they just spend $50, that equals 250 million in sales that is coming back to our community. Can you see it? Can you see it? The first 100,000 to 150,000 people involved in the business will earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company, right? So you're at a great place at a great time because it goes from formulating and pioneering, which we did 6 years ago, to the great momentum that we're in now. And then eventually a company will stabilize itself. Well, I guess what? Harvard Business School says when you select a company at least 18 months old, 90% of companies fail their first 18 months. I'm here to tell you that we're getting ready to celebrate our 6th year in Akana, and we're just scratching the surface. According to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500,000 people in that company, it is a great opportunity to get involved. If less than 100,000 people, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm now, we have just the surface. So I want you to know whether it's coming aboard with us to get the package, to become an influencer or a wellness coach, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't miss it. That concludes this presentation. I want to thank you so much for being patient with us as we work through those technical difficulties. And I want to thank you just for just being on. Are there any questions before I disconnect the call? If there are, you definitely can get back to the person that invited you if I can't answer them at this time.
Great job.
Right. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And look, I had to show my screen. I met my friend, so I thought I was being touched. I said, I gotta show my screen. I'm representing, got my shirt on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to leave. I had to wait till the call went off, but I had to show my screen.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Represent because we're gonna reach those million families. And thank you, Cherie, for leading
We're
from the
walking
front.
billboards with these shirts. We're walking
Yes,
billboards.
we sure need to. We sure need to. All right, guys, you all, if there's no questions, I'll double check in the chat and then I will let you go enjoy your Sunday. All right, get back to the person that invited you and make a decision. Make a
Good night,
decision.
everyone.
Good night.